Shalom, shalom. Before I get started, I want to start off by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rekah Kodash Lai Olam Yum. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect, the ones out there who are doing this work diligently and chiefly keeping the faith, making your calling and your election sure. I'm going to get right into it. As you can see, I got this picture pulled up of the last days. Now, this is just an image that I found, right, on social media. As you can see in the title, this title is called The Dangers of the Last Days. And the reason for this title is because I wanted to go into some of the things that you need to expect in these last days. I'm going to harp on, relationships with this world. Those who are outside of this truth, you will find yourself constantly being separated from them, whether it's your father, your mother, your sister, your brother, your wife, your cousin, your neighbor down the street, whoever. If they're not in this truth, occupying in the spirit, it's not going to be long before they betray you. It's not going to be long before they go against you. Okay? The scriptures tell us the scriptures tell us, it slipped my mind right now, but I can quote the precept. It says, can two walk together except they be agreed? And the answer to that is no. Okay, you cannot walk together with those who are occupying in this world. All right. I got some precepts pulled up that I want to get into. This is 1 John chapter 2 and verse 15. It says, the title, as you can see, do not love this world. And part of loving this world is loving those who are, in the world. Sometimes who you love is not who you need. And that goes with anything and anybody. We have certain loves and lust, right, of this world that we have to cut off because it's not good for us. All right. It's not good for the spirit. Yeah, it may hurt. It will hurt, but you got to let it go. Whether it's a person or whether it's a thing, whether it's a feeling, whatever it is, if it hinders you from being in the spirit completely, you got to let it go. If you constantly, going at each other's neck, you got to let it go, because this world love the things of this world, right? And the ones who are of the spirit love the people who are pertaining to the spirit, This is 1 John chapter 2 and verse 15. It says, do not love this world. Now, this is in the NLT, the New Living Translation. This is 1 John chapter 2 and 15. It says, do not love this world, nor the things it offers you. For when you love the world, you do not have the love of the Father in you. Okay? Now, you have to separate yourself from these things, right? The scriptures let us know that a gift destroyeth the heart. So this world will present you with different gifts. Gifts that you actually like, that you love. And it's our job through the spirit to cut that off. The moment when it's becoming, not effective for this truth, or the moment when it's starting to hinder you, you got to let it go. Okay. And this is a danger. This is one of the dangers that's in the last days, because if you don't let it go, you can find yourself being consumed with it. Okay. The Lord said right here in 1 John 2 and 15, do not love this world, nor the things it offers you. You see, we're supposed to use this world, but don't abuse it. Okay. As a soldier, you don't supposed to entangle yourself with the affairs of this life. We're soldiers. We're just here for a moment to fulfill a duty. We're just passing through. We're pilgrims. Okay. You don't love this world. You don't love the things of the world. You love the spirit, the things of the spirit. This is 1 John chapter 2 and 16. It says, for the world offers only a craving for physical pleasure. You see, it offers a craving for physical pleasure, man. All right, not spiritual pleasure. This world is against the spirit. So if you find yourself being consumed with the things of this world, you are of the world and you need to repent. Okay? All right? If you're constantly seeking physical pleasure, if you have a craving for that, it's your job to bring your body under subjection, right? Bring that flesh under subjection the best way you can, through praying, through fasting, right? Through repenting. You see? It says a craving for everything we see and pride in our achievements and possessions. These are not from the Father, but are from the world. You see, or Salakia, but are from this world. Okay, you got the achievements. You know, people are boasting themselves up in pride. All right. You know, it's go to college, get a good job. You know, it's so many different things out here that'll catch you up if you're not careful. And like I always say, you know, if the Lord got you in His spirit and got you, you know, detangled from these traps, then more than likely you're part of the elect. You know, because Esau Edom has set out so many different traps out there to bind you and to catch you up in this world. So if your feet or if your foot is not being caught in one of these traps, the Lord is dealing with you. Okay? You see the achievements, the possessions, the physical pleasure, right? The craving and everything we see. Hey man, it's the Lord who wants us to separate from those things, and it's the world who wants us to overly indulge. So you have to make a decision. You can't serve two masters. Okay? You either gonna love the one and hate the other, like the scripture says. Okay, so if you love the world, you gonna end up hating the spirit. And if you love the spirit, you're gonna end up hating the world. Let's continue on. This is 1 John chapter 2 and verse 17. It says, and this world is fading away, along with everything that people crave. But anyone who does what pleases Yahweh will live forever. See, this is the greatest test that is in front of us, right? We have to do the things that pleases the Lord so we can live forever. If we don't, right, that means we failed the test. We fail into, you know, the cravings of this world. We fell into the achievements, the possessions of this world. And you don't want to do that. Okay? That is part of the dangers of the last days. You want to get past this, you know? Let's get some of the characteristics of those who are operating in this world, you know, in these last days. As you can see in this is where the title stems from, the dangers of the last days. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1. It says, you should know this, Timothy, that in the last days there will be very difficult times. Verse 2, for people will love only themselves and their money. And I can attest to this, man. I myself was in a situation, you know, where I realized, that people the people that I was around only loved themselves, all right, and their money. They didn't give a damn about nobody else, okay? And I'm not going to go all into it and everything, but, you know, this was a trial for me to understand that, you know, if they're not in this truth, no matter who they are, if they're not in this truth in sincerity and they know about the Lord, they're gonna betray you. They're gonna try to use their money, their influence to bring you into the world and separate you from the Lord. Okay? This is what the world wants to do. The world wants you to be a part of it. It's our job through the Spirit to separate from it. Once again, this is 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 2. It says, for people will love only themselves and their money. They will be boastful and proud, scoffing at Yahweh, disobedient to their parents, and ungrateful. They will consider nothing sacred. You see, this is the mindset of the people in the world. This is all you see, right? And if you don't want to fall into these characteristics, because if you do, you're going to end up dying right along with the world. It's our job to what? To love our neighbors like we'll love ourselves. We don't suppose to just only love ourselves, man. Right? I seen this license plate when I was driving the other day, and the license plate said all about me. Right? They switched the words around so that way this message can be fit on their license plates, and it said all about me. And that's the spirit of this world. See, when you come into the truth and you separate from the world, you know for a fact that this truth is not all about you. You know for a fact that you are a brick in the grand scheme of things, right? You know that you have to play your role, play your part in building of this temple, okay? But those in the world, they think that it's all about them. They think that, this world was, surrounding for them. They think that the world is spinning on its axis only for them, okay? And that's the wrong mindset to have. You got people constantly posting on social media. You got people, lovers of their own selves, like it says in the KJV version. Like it says too as well with what is it? Without natural affection, right? And it says what? Disobedient to their parents. This is both on a spiritual and physical tip. Because you got people, men who are so-called in this truth, they're being disobedient to their spiritual parents who taught them this truth. And what are they doing? They actually, going off teaching different doctrines, right? That was contrary to what they learned, okay? And then you got actual children out here that is disobedient to their parents. They disrespectful, right? They cuss their parents out. And then on the flip side, you got parents out here that don't care about their children. They only care about themselves and money, right? Ungrateful. This is a characteristic that's among the majority of the world. You will do something for them or do something, to help them out, and they will be ungrateful. Continue on. It says they will consider nothing sacred, right? They don't care about this truth. They don't care about Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So it's our job to do what? Separate ourselves from them to the best of our ability. And I'm gonna get a precept real quick. Okay, this is Psalms 1, right? This is Psalms 1:1. It says, "Bless, Salakia." It says, "Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful." Verse 2, "But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law do he meditate day and night." So in this truth, you got to meditate day and night, right? Chiefly keeping the faith, keeping the laws to the best of your ability, right? By you doing that, you're separating yourself from the godly, right? You're separating yourself from those who are constantly sinning and don't care, okay? See, our job here on this earth right now is to do what? It's to fear the Lord and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man, like it says in Ecclesiastes 12:13, okay? But these right here, all right, that I'm reading, these words that I'm reading, this is what the world is operating in. This is their spirit, okay? This is 2 Timothy 3:3. It says, "They will be unloving and unforgiving. They will slander others and have no self-control. They will be cruel and hate what is good." You see? So if you are being good to the best of your ability, if you trying your hardest to serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and you have people around you that, that occupy in the world, they're going to hate you. It's only a matter of time. And you have to separate yourself from them or you will be destroyed, because they will make it their whole goal to get you back in the world. They will make it their whole goal to destroy you, okay? Because they are cruel. They hate what is good. You try to stand up for the Lord, you try to uphold Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, those who are around you that is not in the spirit, they're going to despise you. They're going to hate you. Okay? They're going to do cruel things to you, deceitful things, mischievous things to you because they are contrary to you. The scriptures let us know that 2/3 of our people are what? Like their father, the devil, and the lust of their father they will do. So you're surrounded by enemies when you're surrounded by those who don't occupy in this faith, in truth and sincerity. They're your enemies right now. And they're going to do what's necessary to bring you down. Before Esau, Edom even come into the picture in your life, you have to fight against those who you love, right? You have to fight against those who you have love for, true, sincere love for, but they are caught in the world. They have no self-control. They are unloving. They are unforgiving, right? When you identify these characteristics in the people that are around you, it's best to separate yourself from them or you will be consumed, okay? You will be consumed. They will try to do all manner of wickedness to you in order to bring you down. Why? Because they hate what is good. They love what is evil, right? They say good is corny, right? They think being good is corny, right? They think being good, you ain't got no life. But nah, man, it's actually the contrary. By us being good to the best of our ability, we will live forever. We will have the ability to reign with Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. So you have to put the picture into perspective, right? You have to look at the bigger picture and see that these people are not worth your downfall. These people are not worth you doing carnal things or doing fleshly things to get back at them. And I could speak for myself first and foremost. It's easier said than done, because the flesh like to come up and give you that answer first. Do this and do that and do this. But then the spirit come and tell you what you need to do. And you have to utilize the spirit. Listen to the spirit over the flesh, because the flesh is going to lead you to death. The spirit is going to lead you to life. Okay? And we are all being tried with this same predicament, this same dilemma. You have people in the world who you love, but they don't love you the same. You have people in the world that you have forgiven for what they have done to you, but they can't do that with you. Why? Because they are cruel. They want to slander you. They have no self-control, like the scripture is saying. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 4. It says, they will betray their friends. Be reckless. Be puffed up with pride and love pleasure rather than Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. You see, this is what they do. Okay, this is the characteristics of the world right now. And this shows you that we're in the end. Okay, this is the end time, people. All right. And these are the characteristics of the people in the world who you are surrounded by. And it's more of them than us. Lord willing, I'm a part of the elect. Okay, the scripture says right here in 2 Timothy 3 and 4, they love pleasure rather than Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God. It says they will betray their friends, be reckless, and be puffed up with pride. So not only will they betray you, they will be reckless in their betrayal. And after they realize they betrayed you, they will be puffed up in pride. And pride will prevent them from repenting and apologizing to you. You know? These people think they know it all. These people think, you can't tell them nothing. All right? And I've been through this, man. And I separate through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. I was able to separate myself from these things, from these characteristics. And I still got some more separation to do, because it's easy in the flesh to be consumed with these things. But when you are a spiritual man, when you are occupying in the spirit to the best of your ability, you will separate those things. You will get rid of pride. You will not try to betray your friends. You will not be reckless. Okay, you will consider those who are around you. The scripture says what? Look at the next man greater than thyself. The people in this world don't do that. But those who are in this truth, hey man, you're doing that to the best of your ability. This is 2 Timothy 3:5. It says, they will act religious, but they will reject the power that could make them godly. Stay away from people like that. You see? That's the whole point of this video. Stay away from people like this, man. All right, you got the so-called black people, right? The so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics, but they act like they're religious. They act like they love the Lord. But when you bring the truth to them, they will reject it. They will reject the truth and cradle the lie. You got to stay away from these people because their whole goal is to destroy you. And believe it or not, if you're surrounded by them in those days when, when the elect are being afflicted by, Esau, Edom coming in, kicking doors and things, they will give you up. They will tell on you. Right? Like in the Matrix, you can't be distracted by the lady in a red dress. All right. And that lady in a red dress represents whatever could get you distracted from the goal at hand. And it's your job to see the red dress, acknowledge the red dress, and stay away from it to the best of your ability. Because if you indulge in that lady with the red dress, you're going to be caught up in the destruction. You're going to get killed. You're going to get manipulated. You're going to get rejected. You're going to get betrayed, right? That's the thing. Stay away from people like that to the best of your ability. And the Lord will actually take care of the rest. This is 2 Timothy 3:6. It says, they are the kind who work their way into people's homes and win the confidence of vulnerable women who are burdened with the guilt of sin and controlled by various desires. You see? Hey, man, you got to stay away from these wicked people, those who are teaching seducing spirits, doctrines, right? You got to stay away because this is nothing but destruction that's in your path. Salakia. These are the characteristics of those in the last days, man. And when you identify any of these characteristics within somebody that's around you, get away from them. And they're not in this truth. They're not repentant. Stay away from them because they're there to destroy you. They hate you. And it's not because of you that they hate you. They hate you because of the Lord. I got this precept right here. This is John chapter 15, and I'm going to start at verse 18. It says, you see the title, The World's Hatred. It says, if the world hates you, remember it hated me first. Who it hated first? It hated Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua first. Okay, this is John 15:19. It says, the world will love you as one of its own if you belong to it. But you are no longer part of the world. I chosen you to come out of the world, so it hates you. You see, if you belong to the world, man, this world will love you. If you actually played a role and celebrated Christmas and celebrated Halloween and celebrated all these different hell days and celebrated birthdays and, did manner of wickedness and adultery and things like that, man, they will love you. They will elevate you. They will give you money. They will, write you in their wheels. They will do all manner of things to you because you belong to the world and you doing the things that they're doing. But when you rebuke adultery, when you rebuke, the things of this world, they hate you. Why? Because you're no longer a part of the world once you do that. Once you put off the mortal man and put on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, you're no longer a part of this world. And guess what? The world knows this. So they hate you. Just like the Lord Yahushua, through our Father Yahweh, have chosen you out of this world, the world has chose to hate you because you're outside of this world. Right? And it's okay. It's okay, man. It's okay to separate yourself from these wicked ass people because they mean you no good. They want to see you fall with them. Even when you try to help them, even when you bring the light to them, they still hate you. You know? So guess what, man? To nuclear fire with they ass, man. Okay? If they hate you because you bringing this truth out, separate yourself from them. Pray to the Lord, and the Lord will take care of their ass, man. He already got a judgment for them. You know? And this is for whoever. If they're not occupying in the truth, like I said before, it's only a matter of time before they despise you. It's only a matter of time before they hate you and be reckless towards you and destroy you. It's only a matter of time. Okay? You know? Because they're separate from you. They don't like you. They hate you because you bring in light to them, because you bring in change, true change. You see, these people of the world, these T.D. Jakes and Pastor Vernons and, all these different political leaders, they don't really love you, man. They don't care for you. Okay, it's the ones who are on the highways and the byways preaching this truth and sincerity. They the ones who truly care. We the ones who care, man. We are the true warriors and fighters of our nation, whether you like it, accept it, believe it or not. You know? We are the true warriors who are standing up against Esau Edom, exposing him, exposing the things that you're doing contrary to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. You know, and if the spirit was on you all, you will be actually loving the men of the Lord versus the people in this world. But guess what? The spirit is only on a few. All right. And that's all because of prophecy's sake. The Lord don't want everybody right now. Okay. You know, and it's beautiful to be a part of this truth instead of being saturated with the world. So let them hate you. Okay. Just know the Father loves you. When the world hates you, the Father loves you. When the world loves you, the Father hates you. So choose this day who you shall serve. You know, every last one of us have to make the decision in our lives to be fully persuaded in Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai and to despise those who despise the Lord. Just like our brother David. Our brother David said, what? Oh Lord, don't I hate them that hate thee? I hate them with a perfect hatred, roughly paraphrasing. Because they're out to get you, man. This is a spiritual war. And the devil will use anybody to try to get you about this truth. The devil is a tempter. And he will use what's good to you and what's what you love to bring you down. And it's through the spirit that you got to identify that fight and separate yourself and utilize the spirit the best way you can in each and every one of these endeavors. And it's easier said than done because the flesh is wicked. And we have been so accustomed to the flesh, but now, you know what I'm saying, you got to utilize the spirit even more. Put it like this. You got two lions within you. You got the flesh and you got the spirit. Which lion do you think will win in a battle if they fought? Whichever lion you fed the most, that's the answer. All right? Because if you starve one and feed the other, when they fight each other, the one who is full and big and muscular is going to win the battle. But the one who is starved is going to lose. So which lion are you feeding? Are you feeding the spiritual lion or will you feed the fleshly lion? And when Yahushua come back, he going to take that battle completely up off us. You know, we're going to be spiritual in all things when we get those new bodies and that new mind. But you got to fight now. You got to fight and utilize the spirit to combat the flesh. You know? This is John chapter 15 and verse 20. It says, do you remember what I told you? A slave is not greater than the master. Since they persecuted me, naturally, they will persecute you. And if they had listened to me, they would listen to you. These are the same spirits that are back here today. If they didn't listen to Yahweh Shai, what makes you think they're going to listen to you? And in the ones who don't listen to you, right now, you can best believe that they were the ones in the past that did not listen to Yahweh Shai when he walked the earth. Okay? Because the spirit, is illicit where illicit. The spirit will bear witness with our spirit that they are the children of the living power. So when you bring this spirit to them and they despise you and they hate you, know that they did it to Yahweh Shai first. Know they did it to Yahweh first before they did it to you. They will never listen to you because they don't want to listen to the Father. They don't want to listen to his Son. You see? This is John chapter 15 and verse 21. It says, they will do all this to you because of me, for they have rejected the one who sent me. You see? You see? They have rejected Yahweh, so they rejected his Son. And if they rejected Yahweh and his Son, they gonna reject you because you're carrying the same message. You, the Son, and the Father is all in one. You're in unison, in unity, and you believe the same thing. So you got the same message that Yahweh Shai had when he walked the earth. And they're gonna do the same thing. They're gonna reject you. No matter who it is. If you bring this truth to them and they reject it, they don't start repenting, they don't start praying, they don't start calling on Yahweh Shai. You got people in this world, man, that you have told the true name of the Lord to, and they still call on Jesus, man. It shows you right there in their mindset they don't give a damn about Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. They choose Jesus, just like the 2/3 chose Barabbas over Yahweh Shai when Pilate was finna crucify him. These people don't care. And it's our job to care about those who care about us. It's our job to love our neighbors as we will love ourselves. Let them stay in that circle of hate. It's our job to constantly what? The scripture says, there's no greater love than this for a man to lay down his life for his friend. You think anybody in the world will be willing to lay down their lives for somebody, for a friend, for their brothers? No, man. They're full of pride. They think their lives is everything. But guess what? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, you're laying down your life for Yahweh Shai. Just like he laid down his life for you. And that's beautiful, man. But they don't care about that. They don't care about that. They hate the Lord because he shined light on their wickedness. They hate you because you shine light on their wickedness. They want to say they love the Lord. They want to say they love God, but they hate him for real. They really hate the Lord, man. Because if they love the Lord, they will love you. Because the Lord has sent you just like he has sent his older son, our older brother Yahweh Shai, his only begotten son. This is John chapter 15 and verse 22. It says, they would not be guilty if I had not come and spoken to them. But now they have no excuse for their sin. It's just like with you. When you go to them and tell them you don't supposed to be eating that. You don't supposed to be wearing that. You don't supposed to be acting like that. That's how Yahweh Shai went to them. You know what I'm saying? And he shined a light on them. They love to be in darkness, right, where sin thrives. But when that light come in, they scatter like roaches. They hate the light. They hate Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, so they're going to hate you too. And this is where anybody who is outside of the truth, they eventually going to stab you in the back, man. And you have to be prepared for that. This is John 15 and 23. It says, anyone who hates me also hates my Father. This is all it is, man. They hate Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. They will hate you too as well. This is John chapter 15 and verse 24. It says, if I hadn't done such miraculous signs among them that no one else could do, they would not be guilty. But as it is, they have seen everything I did, yet they still hate me and my Father. You see? All the miracles that Yahushua did when he walked the earth, the miracles that he's still doing now, and these people hate him because they love the world. You know, I remember a time when I was going through the situation, and I brought up how the end times are coming, and famine is coming and death is coming. People did not want to hear that shit, man. I was surrounded by heathens. People that really did not love the Lord. But I was close to them and I loved them. You know? And it's very painful to be betrayed by somebody you love. You think that feeling that you get, don't you think the Lord feel that way too? He put us through these different situations so we can understand how he felt, how he feel when we betrayed him. You know? You have to consider that, man. These are all lessons for us to learn. You know? They seen the miracles. They got the rebuke, but they still hated the Father and they still hated the Son. So they gonna hate you too, man. You know? This is not gonna be no long lesson. I'm gonna wrap it up in a minute. This is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 4 says, let me see. This is 1 Peter 4 and 4. It says, of course, your former friends are surprised when you no longer plunge into the flood of wild and destructive things they do. So they slander you. You see, this is what they do. When you was once doing things with them, now you separate yourself from them, right? They looking at you like, who you think you is? I remember you was doing this, and I remember you did that, and this. And they slander you. Instead of changing with you, they slander you. But guess what? You'll come across somebody in the spirit, right? And you teach the good things, the good news, and they're gonna do what? They're gonna reverence you. They're gonna respect you. You know, they're not gonna disrespect you. They're not gonna slander you. They're gonna love you. You know? Okay? But don't think it's strange that they doing this, man, because they love the world and you love the spirit. Okay? This is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 5. It says, but remember that they will have to face Yahweh, who will judge everyone, both the living and the dead. You see? So this is what you keep in mind, right? When you're being tried by the people of the world, keep in mind that they will have to face Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You know? For all of their doings, they will have to pay. The Lord said, what? You reap what you sow. So if you sow wickedness, you're going to get the same. If you sow righteousness, you're going to get the same. Okay? You have to endure all trials that come upon you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And the trials that's coming upon you in these last days are very dangerous, because if you do not overcome these trials, you're going to be caught up in them and you're going to be destroyed. Don't let nothing, anyone, separate you from the love of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Nothing, no one. It's nothing. Money don't mean nothing. The people in this world, they don't mean nothing. As a soldier, you're detached. As a pilgrim, you're detached from the world and you attached to the spirit. You lose on this side, you're going to gain back 100-fold on the other. Keep that in mind. This is Amos chapter 5 and verse 10 in the NLT. It says, how you hated honest judges, how you despise people who tell the truth. This is what they do, man. They love the ones who tell the lies, but they despise the ones who tell the truth. This is the characteristic of these nations and 2/3 of our people. Okay. This is another precept real quick that I got. I pulled that up already. That's Psalms 1:1. So separate yourself from these people. It says the righteous and the wicked contrast. You see that? I'm gonna read this fully out and then I'm gonna wrap it up. This is Psalms 1:1. It says, "Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful." Verse 2, "But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and his law doeth he meditate day and night." Verse 3, "And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper." Right? This is the contrast between the righteous and the wicked. Right? Verse 4 says, "The ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away." Verse 5, "Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous." Verse 6, "For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish." You can see the contrast. You can see the difference. Okay? The righteous is going to be like a tree planted, by the rivers of water, planted in his truth. Okay? And the ungodly, the ones who are out there occupying in the characteristics of this world, they're going to perish. And you don't want to be caught up in that. So it's your job to separate from these people. Stay away from these people that want to bring you down. And I know it hurts because it could be your mother. It can be your father. It could be your brother, your brothers, your sisters. It can be, your neighbor, your whatever. If they're not fully in this truth, repenting, it's only a matter of time before they destroy you. It's only a matter of time before they try to hinder you and cost your crown. And like the scripture says, man, don't let no one take your crown. So hopefully this was edifying. I'm going to end it by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rikach, Chorash, Vayulam Yum. Double honors once again to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom once again to the elect, okay, the ones out there who are doing this work diligently and chiefly keeping the faith, making your calling and your election sure. Last words here, man, don't let these people bring you down. Don't let these people trouble you, because if you do, you're going to be caught out there and you're going to be destroyed. And ultimately, you wasn't a man of the Lord. You gotta stay at the course, stay the fight, and endure. And when these trials come, utilize the spirit more than the flesh. Shalom, Yasharallah. On to the next one.